On today's Minute of the Apes, let's explain evolution to the monkeys by walking somewhere. I'm not really sure where, but it's going to be in this direction over here.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies 1 minute at a time. On this Friday, I am still Todd. Across from me, I still have Richard and I still have Sean. Here we are. We've knocked out 2 weeks in one recording session.
We're not there yet. This one hasn't been saved yet.
No, it hadn't been saved yet, but here we are. We're at the finish line. Are we going to make it through the finish line on this episode? Do you think we can do it? Can we do it? Can we do it?
I sure hope so.
Me too. Wait, could you do that with a little more breathing?
Let's explain evolution to the monkeys.
All right. That was a beautiful segue into the clip. Sean, tell us what's happening with minute 100.
Oh, my. All right, we're going to start minute 100 with Thade grunting at Attar and ends with Davidson flying through the air.
All right, here comes minute 100 of Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes.
Come on. Okay, let's go explain evolution to the monkeys.
As in minute 100, we have an Oberon's worth of apes and humans, 2 displaced pods worth of humans and apes, so many wild humans and Ape City minus 2 gorillas, and the pod has arrived as the battle pauses.
Visually, we get Thade looking over Attar's shoulder as Leo steps in and takes Pericles from the pod. They walk away left to right. We get a shot then of Pericles as he does the same, holding Leo's hand. Leo walks through the parting waters of humans and monkeys alike as he approaches the Oberon, carrying a backpack in his hand. We see a downward shot. Thank God his knuckles are a little beat up and bloodied. He reaches for what looks like a gun, only to not do anything with it because he sees Ari step forward, I guess. And then Pericles, being a bad chimp, runs off into the Oberon. Leo gives chase, and here comes Thade to tackle him. They go flying down. Thade beats the shit out of him for a minute before Ari jumps up over his back. He tosses her into the air. And because she is a woman, she has to have worse shrieking than most monkeys. She falls to the ground. Leo runs into Oberon. Thade gives chase again. Ari looks at them. Thade kind of catches Leo, sends them tumbling down into the structure, which again, where the fuck is the rocket on this thing, and why hasn't anything fired, and why does everything just look like this, and we've never seen them stumbling past this before. Thade comes down following him. Because he's a monkey, he can walk on these beams a little bit easier, and he then kicks Leo and sends him shooting down into the Oberon. All right. We got a lot more of the same old, same old. We're back to the battle between Thade and Leo. We'll get to that.
It's another dialogue-heavy minute.
Let's go explain evolution to the monkeys.
Is this supposed to be a joke? Is that a quip?
I don't understand it because, again, Leo doesn't know their prophecy. Leo doesn't know their religion. He does understand that his ship crashed there and the monkeys got out. Maybe he's figured it out, but he also was not a scientist. He was a pilot. What the fuck? Where does he get this idea?
I mean, what was his plan before Pericles ran off? He was digging in the bag for the gun. Was he going to just shoot Thade? Was he going to pull it out? Was he going to threaten people with it?
Where's he walking to?
I know.
He says, let's go explain evolution to the monkeys. He gets Pericles out of the pod. Your only way home or anywhere else, you're going to walk away from it unprotected, and you're going to go back into the Oberon where it looks like he's trying to go. What
Why?
is his point?
Yeah, I don't understand.
What is he doing? What is his plan? In a normal situation, he would be standing there trying to speechify to everybody about what's going on.
Let's go explain evolution, and he just walks by everybody. His idea of evolution is I'm going to get a gun until Ari looks at me. I don't do anything.
But why didn't he get the gun 2 seconds earlier? I mean,
agree.
It looks like some apes are about to move into his way to prevent him from getting the Oberon, right? Somewhat. So that's why he kind of reaches for the gun, I guess. But I still don't know where he's going, what his plan is. He's leaving the rocket ship behind. I'd be like,
I would have sealed it up if nothing else. Like close the dome so nobody else can get in there.
I might have flown it to the top of the Oberon and set it down for a second. I don't know, just something. Here's your opportunity to actually talk about the conflict being over, the war being done, humans and animals and cats and dogs living in peace together. I don't know. But he's walking to the Oberon with no clear purpose other than the fact that he needs to get tripped up and have another fight with Thade.
And that's exactly it. This whole minute feels like I've introduced things to stop a fight and not advance the story. Say I'm going to advance the story, but so I could go right back to the fight again. Nothing has changed except that now we have Pericles in this. That's really all they've allowed to change.
You gave me a gun because we destroyed Davidson's gun. Now he's got another gun back.
Okay, then I said it before. Why did they ever make him get rid of the gun? Why couldn't he keep the gun? Why couldn't he have that advantage, especially being that Thade knew about the gun?
Hell, where's Thade's gun?
Exactly, and then that's my next point. And then Thade could have a gun too, and we could have an Old West draw-off. We could have anything. But what is he doing inside the Oberon?
So he's walking with Pericles. He's walking towards the Oberon. These gorillas stand. He pulls the gun.
And then Pericles just freaks out.
And then Pericles runs off.
For no reason.
He doesn't look at Ari. I mean, he puts the gun. Him not pulling the gun doesn't look like a result of Ari. It just looks like Pericles ran away and he got stopped from shooting it.
Yeah.
And then I don't get this. Thade is going.
Is he going after?
Thade is going after Pericles,
or is he going after Davidson?
Because
he bodies Davidson pretty hard.
Yeah, Davidson jumps in the way. I don't know because he's running. Who knows? Thade is running towards Oberon. They're both running towards somewhat Pericles, and then Davidson has to clip him to knock him over to stop him from going after Pericles. Was Thade going to kill Pericles?
Well, and also,
even if he did kill Pericles, what would that do? I mean,
right? Would Attar be pissed?
Well, yeah.
And we should see all these people in the background to that extent. Their monkey messiah is here, and they're not following. They're just kind of watching. Hey, you guys having another fight?
No, I mean it's 3 minutes of apes and humans just standing around doing nothing. All your extras are again tired. Their feet are sore. They're all muddy. They're ready to go home. They've been here for 3 days. They've got no dialogue. I mean, I don't even care about this action that happens this next. Ari pops up. He ridiculously knocks Ari like in some weird side cartwheel turn flip thing.
She feels very weightless when she flies through the air.
And it was an odd choice because we haven't seen anybody else do that kind of weird spin.
And to my point earlier, because she's a woman, listen to when she hits almost the whimpering sound because she can't simply be hit.
Also, she also pulls a Mike Tyson, I think, and tries to bite his ear off.
Yeah.
But that gives Davidson the opportunity to kind of get a little bit away. But for all we've seen when they enter inside the Oberon, it clears to be usually a sand dune that they can kind of just walk down to get into.
But now he's having to climb down.
But now it's all kind of
falling
broken
down.
Scaffolding.
Wouldn't you have rather seen Attar be the one to try and stop Thade? I mean, because he believes that the prophecy has come true. Yeah. He's upset with his buddy. No, sir, you can't do that. Ari, it's a silly choice.
You're right. Ari shouldn't have stopped. Thade. Attar should have stopped Thade.
You've already had the exchange. They're in the moment together. To have her come in as a completely left turn to the moment. So they run down. They scamper away. We don't really even get. I'm surprised by about, let's see, that's about 45 seconds into it. We never see Pericles, even from a standpoint
Where
of,
he went. Yeah.
we don't see him running towards the lens and then battling back at the back of it.
Yeah.
He's just gone.
Yeah.
And that's only just because so you know that the action's still occurring.
Yeah.
But instead, we get them running into the Oberon.
And you get the I have the high ground, Davidson.
Yeah, and it's just I don't understand this girder-like structure everywhere. We've never seen them having to work through it. Maybe the engine's thrusting blew a lot of that dirt away.
Maybe.
But then again, why isn't this charred? Why doesn't it look
red,
like
it
that?
should be red hot or something, yeah, or still cooling off.
Guys, we're at 100 minutes in this movie.
We're so close.
And arguably because Sean said there's 7, that leaves probably about 13 and a half minutes for it to tell a story to us. Again, I don't understand the story. I don't understand what they want to say, why I'm supposed to care. And it's obviously way too late for them to figure that out.
Yup.
So here's what I'm curious, knowing the film well enough to know what the final twist ending is. I'm curious to see how this resolves itself to turn to the twist ending. Because I really want to pay attention and see how they thought they were going to twist in that and what the sequel would have been this. Because that's why they wanted to do that.
Right.
What's the turn and how did they get there and what did they want it to do? Because I don't understand how it could ever be anything else.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So guys, I'm going to put this one to bed right now and I'm going to save it because we've had enough of this. And it's just frustrating when you get to a point this far in the film that the characters don't make sense, the action doesn't make sense, and it's simply just tumbling down the Oberon. All right, that is it. I really, really hope, not only do you have a great day, I hope that you're enjoying this. Thank you for going with us. I'm sorry that this film is beating us into submission, but dear Lord, it's a film. That's all I have to say. Everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.